You have to grow through what you go through.
Everybody, welcome back for a new episode of Make Every Second Count Live, Season 10, Episode 32. That's amazing to me, I have to say so myself. So, I first of all need to say hi. I'm Jeff Marconette Jr., the award-winning international Make Every Second Count speaker, and I am so excited to have you here and for my guest tonight. I'm pumped up in both ways, but I ask you if you would please share this episode out. Invite as many people as you can to watch it. You can just tag them in the comments. I don't mind. That would be awesome of you. And then please keep the thumbs up, hearts, frowny faces, cry faces. You can even get mad at us. Just keep those things coming. And then also keep the comments coming. We want to have more of a conversation than just make a presentation. But with no further ado, I would like to bring to the stage Miss Carly. Hi,
Hi,
Miss Carly. How are you doing this
I'm
evening?
doing good. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, for sure. I'm excited about this. So, if you would like to take it away and tell everybody who you are, where you're from, and what you do, I'm going to be inviting a few people here on my phone. So, I am looking down, but I am paying attention at the same
Okay.
time.
Hi, everyone. My name is Carly Alyssa Thorne. I live in LA, California, and I am a conscious business coach, or a transformational business coach, as I'd like to call it. Everything requires a transformation. We all go through something, and we all come out the other side.
Wow. So, all right. Was a really quick introduction, but I love it. I appreciate what you just did there because most people don't pay any attention when I say quick introduction, but you truly did, and that surprised me. So, I know from my own personal experience that life has a tendency to throw things in our way, tries to stop us from climbing that ladder of success, tries to hold us back in life. And I have learned through my experience. You see, at the age of 17, I was in a severe car accident. I spent 2.5 months in a coma and 3.5 in the hospital. I was told I wouldn't walk again, but I have, and I'm lucky and proud to say that I have walked on 4 continents now, and it's only going to be growing in the future, and I'm so proud of that. But I have learned some things through those things that I've been through. And I think that we have to learn something from everything that we go through. You see, I think we go through things in order for life to teach us something. So, have you ever been through anything that you have had to grow through?
Yeah, I was born with congenital rubella syndrome, which affects all your bones, organs, and skin. I've had 67 surgeries, and going through
67?
all that, you basically come to a choice point of choosing to live or not, and you have to stay positive, and you have to overcome a lot, and you can't have the woe is me victim attitude, because that'll get you nowhere.
Wow, the 67 surgeries. That is crazy. Now, is that are you done with your surgeries?
No, it's something that'll be a part of my life, because
Wow.
the congenital rubella syndrome is, as you get older, wakes up new things, and it creates autoimmune flares and stuff like that. So you just have to be due diligent and take care of yourself. I eat very clean and healthy. I go to the gym every single day. I lift weights for the muscle. Yep. Um, and I do it for the bone density as well because I have osteoporosis as well. So I do everything I do everything that I can to make my health as best as it can be. And sometimes it's out of my control. Yet I still get up the next day and I still continue forward and I still keep on doing what I need to do.
That is amazing. So I did notice something you said there, and well, first of all, I have to point out again that this lady has had 67 surgeries, and she's not anywhere close to done yet. Isn't that amazing, guys? If you can put a 67, so yeah, 6, 7. Put it in the comments. I'm just wanting to you guys to react with this. But I would like to say hello to a few people here. We have Robert Brooker, who is saying hi, Jeff and Carly, and he's a big fan of this show. He watches it all the time. He's from Canada. It's pretty cool. Then uh Believe in Yourself on Facebook says 67. So he's paying attention. So we also have my dad who is watching from across the street, and Monica Godfrey that is watching, and I'm not sure where she is now, but she was in my own hometown. So I did notice that you said something there that I need to stop and go back to, because I think that is something that is powerful. And that's that you have to keep moving forward, and you can't look at yourself and see yourself as woe me. You have to keep going forward. So how did you develop that mindset?
Yeah, so when I was younger, I did not have that mindset. I was very depressed. I didn't want to live. I tried committing suicide 3 times. I
Three
went through.
times?
I was tired of all the medical. I was tired of all the doctor appointments, all the surgeries, etc. And I'd also been in abusive relationships. So I literally kind of went through this whole chunk of time, and I went through one key incident that basically gave me a choice. I had to make a choice whether I wanted to live or die, and I made the choice to live. And it's not such a simple cut and dry thing, because you know when you know the rest of your life, you don't know what the quality of your life is going to be. It's easy to say I want to check out now. It's also not so easy to say I want to check out now, because you got people that you care about, and they would be devastated if you left. Although they understand as well. They've known my story for forever, and the people that are my close knit family know that when I say I want to go, then I want to go, and they know that when I say that, I've had enough, and I'm at peace with that. I'm okay with that. I'm okay when the time comes that I get to choose.
Yeah, that's cool. But I really see the value in you saying that you're not going to take pity on yourself. And that's what I consider you saying you're not going to be woe me. And I think that is something that a lot of people in the world do today, because they look at everything they can't do. And we need to flip that switch and make it into look at the things you can do instead of what you can't. That was a big thing after my accident. Like, I had to look at what I could do. So even if I couldn't walk like other people around me, and I could see other patients walking and things, and I had to celebrate those people. I had to celebrate their success until my success kicked in. And that was all about looking at what I could do instead of what I couldn't do. And I find that to be something very powerful. So, is that something you think everyone out there should do? And how exactly can they start doing that today?
Yeah, so the first thing I always tell people is communication is key. And the people that are in your circle and the people that are in your social, you need to tell them or help them understand how to deal with you, how to play with you, if you will, right? So I always tell people if I'm going in for surgery and there's a picture of me on Facebook that I have the little surgery hat on, right? I don't
Yeah.
want to hear I'm so sorry. I don't want to hear it. All I want to hear is I'm praying for you or you got this, girl. But I don't want to hear I'm so sorry because that's victim energy. People don't realize when you say, "Oh, I'm so sorry," that really is that energy. People, even if you're not saying it like that, the energy of "I'm so sorry," to me, anyways, is more of a derogatory thing than it is a positive thing. For me, someone saying they're praying for me or telling me you're so strong, you got this, that's what I want to hear. I want to hear passion. I don't want to hear the woe is me because I don't live my life like that. I'll take it a step further. I don't have the bandwidth to do that because if I don't stay in step with what I need to do, things can fall apart, right? So I have to take care of my medical. I have 2 hours of medical in the morning and I have 2 hours of medical at night. I have to run an IV in the morning. I have to run an IV at night. So there's things
Wow.
I need to do. And that's part of my life. And I have to be at peace with that. And the rest of my life is the things I love to do, where I get to coach and have fun with people.
Wow. Now, I did see on one of your pages that you are an actor and a producer. And can you tell us a little bit about that, please?
Yeah, so if you go to Internet Movie Database, I don't know, I have like 23 credits.
Wow.
I've done a lot of different things. I do a lot of PSA, which are public service announcements. I've done one on veteran suicide, regular suicide. I did one for a school about for teaching teachers for the signs to see children if they have abuse. You can tell telltale signs. So I did a PSA for that. I do a lot of different things, but mostly everything that I do is in the self-development or transformational genre.
That is really cool. So, how did you get involved with doing these PSAs?
Well, if anyone that's an actor or an actress, there's plenty of platforms. Put your picture up and your resume up, and also put up a Z card, which is like pictures and stuff like that. And people contact you for auditions. Or also, you have an agent or a manager, and they do that as well. I kind of have both sides. I look out for myself, and I also have other people that look out for me.
Very cool. I like that. So, I know right now that we have some people that don't live in this country. Don't have, well, I the people I know that are in here are from the US and Canada. But I do know that we have a lot of people in Africa that tend to watch the show, and they don't have some of the same opportunities that we have here in the United States or in Canada. So, what would you tell those people that are stuck in that woe me attitude?
One simple little trick is literally going into the mirror, any mirror, a mirror in your bedroom or in the bathroom, and staring at the mirror and smiling. Because when you're in a depressed mood, if you force yourself to smile, your physiology will change. You
Yes,
can't not smile and not have your physiology change. It just doesn't happen.
yes,
The other thing I tell people to do a jig, get up and dance. Just do like a crazy ass dance, right? Just get
yes.
whatever's in your mind out of there. And these are tools that you can do even at the workplace. You can go to the bathroom and do it. You can go to the bathroom, close your eyes for 5 minutes and just breathe, whatever. You can go to your car and have a 5 minute jig out, you know. You can do these tools anywhere. And then the other thing, obviously, the world is the internet. So find a coach, find a mentor. There's a lot of people that do things and barter as well, not just people that can't afford. There's different types of transactional energy and different types of transactional things you can do. So it just depends. It depends on the coach and the person that you're working with, also what their needs and wants are. It's all about the person. Everything has to be tailored to that person because every single person is different.
Interesting. So I'd like to take another second here and welcome Seabass to the show. He's one of my friends' boyfriends, and he is a power lifter, and he's pretty awesome. His name is Sebastian, not really Seabass, but I like calling him Seabass. And then we have Amy Hickey, who is actually a motivational speaker. And then we have Wendy Klein, who is actually my physical therapist. So it's pretty cool. It shows getting out there. So I have to ask, like, what has been the biggest thing that has helped you?
Having mentors, having people to talk to. You can go to groups at a church. You can go to groups on Zoom. There's so many resources out there now. YouTube is a great resource. There's lots of motivational speakers and coaches that do little tidbits on YouTube. Yep. So, it just depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking for, and you got to remember, everyone learns differently. Some people learn by hearing, some people learn by doing, some people learn by seeing, some people learn by something called audio digital. It's one step removed. It's too much to go into now. That's an NLP conversation. Anyways, neurolinguistic programming.
Yeah.
We don't want to get into all that right now. But yeah, it just find there. Even in third world countries, there's people have put together like little libraries, places to get books. Look for books if you can. Read if you can. In third world countries, there's like I said, if you have access to internet, if you have access to books, if you have access to school, it really depends on what they have access to.
Yeah. Wow. So find mentors. I like that. That's a good tip for people out there. And you can find mentors anywhere. I mean, oftentimes they're in your life. There's somebody you actually know, but a lot of times you can meet mentors. And you don't have to know that person physically, but you can just talk to them over the internet. Is that right?
Absolutely. There's a lot of coaches that just do virtual, and they do virtual all over the world. And I talk with people, in England, I talk with people in Canada and the US and, UK and on. It just depends on what you choose to do. Some people don't want to deal with the time zone issue. Some people don't mind dealing with the time zone issue. So that's a coach preference. It's going to be something you need to sit with yourself and go, okay, what are the type of clients that I want? And I encourage people, do a gratitude journal, do your statements for the day. I sleep through the night because I've had trouble sleeping through the night recently. So I do this 3-6-9 thing where in the morning you write the statement 3 times, in the middle of the day you write it 6 times, and before you go to bed you write it 9 times. And it's based on math. 3, 6, 9 are numbers that you see into infinity. It's the Tesla theory as well. Anyway, so I just think that there's always a way to learn. There's always a way to get out of something. You just have to be innovative. And also you have to be fearless. You have to be willing to take the risk.
Gotta be fearless, willing to take a risk. Good advice. I like that. So I know that I have a lot of speaker friends and things, and one of my speaker friends named Terrence Leftridge. He's actually a coach as well. He was my coach younger when I was a couple years back, but he says that you have to be unstoppable.
Not only
And that's
unstoppable.
kind of what you mean.
Yeah, it's not just unstoppable though. You have to find someone that is willing to collaborate with you. You can have all the clients in the world, but if the client isn't willing to collaborate with you, I'm not doing all the work. This isn't about me, it's about you. So I'm willing to meet someone halfway. I'm willing to give them the tips, the tools, I put together a toolbox for you. However, you have to be willing to meet me halfway, right? And you have to be willing to do the work, because I cannot do it for you, right? No one can do it for you. All growth, all change, all transformation comes through you.
All transformation comes through you. That's very profound. And that is something that I don't think a lot of people want to realize, because they don't want to take responsibility for that. But I think you're right. You have to go within if you want transformation, because you are the transformation, but you have to make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
So what is the biggest thing that holds people back from trying to become or trying for that transformation?
Mostly it's fear. The second thing is failure. They're afraid if they, and I never say this word, but if you say TRY, that's the thing. You're not doing it, right? The Yoda said, do not try, do. So I went to a course once where every time we said the word, we had to do 25 push-ups. Trust me, I never said that word again. And it's just a word it's not serving you. It's not serving your greatest and highest good, because you need to be here in the present, in the now. This is where we are. And you need to work on yourself. And it's great to find someone to collaborate with, to work with you. That, to me, working with someone is so much more fun. It just is. It's so much more fun to work with someone than trying to do it all by yourself. And besides, why do it all yourself? Why not reach out to someone and get some help? That was my biggest lesson in 67 surgeries and all my crap growing up, was asking for help. Because I went through a lot of abuse too. I was very like walled up, right? No one's going to hurt me again. No one's going to touch me. No one's going to hurt me. And that's one of the reasons why I started lifting weights in 1982. I figured if I got strong enough, this is like backstories running, right? If I just lift weights, if I get strong enough, no one can hurt me. Now I lift weights for a completely different reason. It's completely for health reasons. But we have to go into our monkey mind and find out what stories are running and stop those stories from running. Change the conversation. If you're saying negative thoughts, immediately start saying positive thoughts. Talk to yourself, talk out loud, write it out, journal, do whatever you got to do. You got to get your thought and your mind right.
Yeah, exactly. So if you guys have any questions out there, you can write them in the chat. If they're good, I will ask them. If they're not, I won't. But so I'm curious, what do you do with your time except for workout and lift weights?
So 2 hours in the morning is medical. Then I start doing journaling. I wake up at like 5 in the morning. 5 in the morning, I get up. I do
5?
some ab workout. Yeah, 5 in the morning. I run my IV. While I'm running my IV, I do some ab workout. I do some journaling. I do some reading. And once my IV is finally done, then I do my chi machine to move my lymphatic fluid. It's a thing where you put your legs in and just your legs go in a figure 8, and it moves all your lymphatic fluid, which is extremely healthy for you. You need to get your fluid moving in your body. If it stagnates, you can get sick. So I do that. Then I usually go out in the sun for an hour. And then while I'm there, I'm doing emails. I might be taking phone calls. Then I come back. Then I go to the gym. And then I have a chunk of time in the afternoon. It's all work. And then, I pretty much, my morning time is my health time, is my health and whatnot. And my afternoons are all work, and my evenings are downtime and work.
Wow. So How have you found that you find time to balance life and work?
Yeah, all the things I do for my health is balancing. In other words, I do the Chi machine, I do a red light therapy, a pulse technology. I eat organic and healthy and clean. I make sure I have enough electrolytes. It's all about taking care of the temple that we have, this vessel that we're in now. The physical being having a spiritual experience, or the spiritual being having a physical experience, whichever way you want to look at it, right?
Yeah.
So we need to take care of that. And so doing all that self-care is actually fun. So I don't consider it work. And work is work. And work to me is fun. You have to love what you do. If you don't love what you do, there's no point in doing it.
Yeah, that is so true. I, a lot of people don't like their work. They hate getting up in the morning and going to work. And I don't know, I've never experienced that. I mean, I've had jobs. I've had, well, I don't necessarily work on a typical schedule now, but I have a job now. I just, it's not the same as going to work. But even when I had jobs, I never hated having to go to work. Now, there were mornings that I was like, oh, and I called in sick at times when I was younger, but I never actually hated having to go to work.
Well, I think work is fun. It's a place. I mean, sitting around all day doing nothing. You have to do something. I can't imagine. I know people retire. A lot of people say, well, what do you do with all your time? And there's like plenty of things to do. And there are plenty of things to do. It's just a matter of everybody's different quality of life. Some people love the downtime. I mean, I can literally be by myself all day and I'm totally fine with that. I'll read, I'll listen to music, but I'm fine being with myself. Some people need the other person, need that companionship. Mind you, I love companionship. I mean, that is fun, right? Except you also have to live with yourself. So that's very important, that you can sit with yourself and be with yourself. And it's okay. You're okay. You don't need to have someone there. Now, if you can have someone there, that's a great bonus. Except it's not a need, right? It's something that's a bonus.
Yeah, we do have a comment here from Robert, which I haven't read yet. So it says, as of at the former employer, it was defined benefit pension that kept me going in, not complaining. That was as that was much fun I had there, but it was that driving force. So
Yeah, you have. Yeah,
he
he had
worked
his
for
own driving force.
yeah, he worked for the pension. That's cool. So I do have to ask, is there any contact information you would like people out there to have?
Yeah, absolutely. They can email me at carlyathorne@gmail.com. You can go to my website, carlyathorne.com or carlylyssathorne.com. They all take you to the same place. Um, yeah, you can email me and reach out to me. You can find me on Facebook, Carly Alyssa Thorne. You can find me on Instagram, Carly A. Thorne. Honestly, I just tell people to Google me. It's so much simpler because all the links just come right up. Just Google
Yeah.
me and all the links will come up. And then you can click on any link you want. Because everyone, some people like Pinterest, some people like Instagram. Not everyone likes the same platform. Facebook is kind of like the one that most people all are on. And I just say, find which platform you want to go to. Everyone's
Yeah,
choice.
I like that. Google me.
Yep.
Google
It's
me.
much easier than me listing out a list of, I can sit here and list out a list of sites, which makes no sense. Or you can just go to my website and all the social media is on there too. Right.
Yeah.
So Oh, at least if you did your website that way. At least I
Yeah,
did.
yeah, that's a great idea though. Google me. Just Google me. All right. So I have to say thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy day because you're in California, so it's still daytime there. But thanks for taking the time out of your busy day to be here with me and my viewers. I truly do appreciate it. But I need everybody out there, including you, Carly, to do
Mhm.
me a favor this week, next week, and for the rest of your life. I need you to make every second count. Why? Because you never know when the seconds will run out on your one life. I'll see you guys back here next Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And until then, you have a great week. Thanks, everyone. Thank you, Carly.
Thank you for having me. Have a great evening, everyone.